Hello and welcome back to ZEPHON. We are about to hit and turn a bunch of times and see if the game ends. Because that is how this game works sometimes. Alright, we got our first Iranian stalker. Nice. I do have road, but I guess you just don't have a lot of movement. Okay, we have positive loyalty for the first time basically ever. Okay, what do we actually want to build here? I think we're okay on the mineral front. I think you get to be secondary resources. So, transuranium stabilizers don't get a bonus from anything, so we can build them wherever. Same with quantum manipulators. These do require chip upkeep, though. We probably want more cryofabricators as well, eventually. And then the antimatter plant is going to be the same deal. Well, you've got 3 slots on you. I don't want minerals or food no matter what I'm doing, so I guess we just grab the slots. Try to build stuff. Meanwhile, Arctic and Swamp gets me extra energy. Let's just, especially if I'm about to start building antimatter plants, I'm going to need a lot of this. Right. Get another one of these. A great scientist explained this to me once. We generate antiprotons and positrons, then fire them into a decelerator to make antihydrogen. We stabilize large quantities of this in synchrotrons for use in, well, whatever you need insanely dangerous antimatter for. Alright, so the things that I do actually need to know about, just checking this. Transuranium on tiles with only this type of building, so yeah, we can build them anywhere, but we need to stack them all on the same tile. More housing, it's just kind of good to have. Construct and Desert. I don't think I have access to either of those. That's unfortunate. +1, +0.1 singularity core for each other quantum manipulator in each city. Interesting. Now we can also finally start getting air, which provides housing and loyalty. Interesting. Cyber aircraft. Generates some chips. One thing I did want to check. Okay, plus loyalty per population. So this is effectively 3 extra loyalty in our cities. Let me reread this. This is just 3 loyalty in every city, isn't it? I think I misread this the first time I saw it, because only affects population 1 to 6. I think I initially read that as it stops working once the city reaches population 7. But now reading this, I think it just means I get +3 loyalty. So let's just grab that. Yeah, maybe not here, but everywhere else. It's +3 loyalty. So that'll counteract our... We're spending research to counteract our disadvantage for our faction, basically, is what that comes down to. Alright, we have 3 slots here. What do I actually want to build? These produce influence and chips. Interesting. I do want one of these, but I don't know. I just never feel like I'm in a good position to start building these. Well, these are going to take a while to accumulate. So let's just start getting some of them. The rogue operative brought mega corporations to their knees with a small crew and some savvy social engineering. She never felt the need to run a proper gang, always wanted that close, trusted circle. If she kept things tight, no one could slip a knife in between her ribs. Good. Okay. Got that. Now... I mean, trash camo is pretty nice. Just a bonus for non-large cyber units. But... mechanical hover inventory, that would include this. Yeah, these require 4 cores apiece. But don't require chips anymore. So... yeah, I can see antimatter for that. Well, I've been struggling with loyalty for forever, so let's just get the loyalty bonuses.
I cannot, will not accept this.
Whenever I am, you are the same. I grow tired of your puerility.
It is time you left.
How are things looking up here? Oh, that's actually pretty close. Are you about to be taken out, ZEPHON? Okay, yeah, we did. We even destroyed the bleed there to open an extra slot, which we're going to get another theater. At which point, no, we don't quite have positive loyalty in all 3 cities, but we're getting close. As for you... we could build more energy, but we don't need it immediately. So let's just work towards more science. To be beyond materialism, possession. To yet fear the strengthening of ZEPHON. To catastrophize. Okay.
I really value our friendship.
We will benefit from your vision.
There is room for improvement.
Right, we are independent. You don't like that. Okay, but we are getting our singularity cores now, finally. Let's get another one. Okay, and I said science. That's probably going to be it. I don't think... that we can keep stacking that. So we just don't have the time. And probably the problem with having too much science is that you can't build the things, like you can't build the structures you're unlocking fast enough. So it kind of ends up not working out in the end. Alright, are any of you 3 tiles if I clear you? You would be. You would be... let's just grab that tile. I don't know if that's going to help us attack things, but we want to clear this so that we can bombard this tile. That is the plan. Ever the counterculture-obsessed hacker, the rogue operative would only sign off on expanding the population if she could stick an X in the policy name. Maybe more leaders should let their inner children run wild. Maybe too many already do. Alright, a random shot at Elon, maybe? Never really used Twitter, so him renaming it to X doesn't really bother me, but it did seem kind of silly. Anyway, let's see. What are we going to do here? Arrayed accelerators we do want for sure. Perpendicular trancing I don't think actually matters all that much because we need so many more theaters than housing and I like building them together. Maybe Sky Fortress. This would be a good thing. We're going to start going into air eventually. I just think endgame, especially with the way terrain is, having flying units is just nice to have. Alright, we could get another quantum manipulator here, but we don't need these to be isolated to their own tile, so we could actually just put anything there. Including a network splitter, which would give us more chips. So maybe... maybe we do finally get one of those. As for here... if we get another synthetic printer, it is more chips, and then also faster unit production, which we're kind of getting to a point where we're going to need. We could also just do a cryofabricator. Yeah, let's do that. And then here, what do we want? We're going to need more housing and loyalty. Are we just doing another housing and loyalty sector right away? Probably. Do loyalty first. Then housing. Then clear tile. I did see this. Yeah, okay, you built a new settlement. Oh, did I? I thought I hit enter. Interesting. Maybe we run this up here to get some vision, see what's going on. Okay, minerals and chips, we can afford that. We are low on morale and actually low on housing, so I guess it's time to get another housing district going. Any of these, you're just swamp and forest, so you could be housing. See, any of the ones that have rocks, that's really what I'm looking for, because if it has rocks, it's guaranteed to be capped at 2. So like this, I could clear the bleed, but it would only be 2. Here I could clear the bleed, and then I'd be up to 3. I have to clear a tile anyway if I want to go double, so sure. Grab that one. Okay, we can now spend 10 chips to give a unit minus accuracy. That could be useful. Might as well. And again, all we really care about at this point are having more tiles. This is going to be 3 if I clear it. Even if I'm not doing housing, it's just nice to have more tiles. So let's just do that. Ah, the wraiths. Hurting our morale, but they went away. At first glance, none of these machines should have been able to fly. Where were the wings, the blades, the engines, the control surfaces? Our text told us the secret was a small ratio of anti-grav to mass. I took their word for it. Better than just counting on faith that you wouldn't fall out of the sky. Alright, and this also unlocks a unit. So we get the large mechanical flyer, able to deploy numerous drones. That's a fun unit. I guess we'll get one of these, because we are going to start building those soon. I don't think I can ever benefit from that. I do. Again, our terrain isn't amazing. But at this point, we're trying to push our tech forward.
You're after my own black heart.
Okay, you like hit and run. Oh, okay, well I don't need to scout this anymore. I can now see what's going on. ZEPHON has been taken out. by somebody that we do not want to be fighting, at least not for the moment. Alright, we cleared that. Well, okay, we're clearing it. And then we'll build our housing there, and I think that's the last housing district before we hit endgame. Okay, you need to clear this tile as well. You're still doing stuff. What did he use? See as I see. I don't get to see what that does. Is there no search? Leader. Infinite count. See as I see. Others can be subjected to the count's disoriented atemporal experience of the world. Spend influence to reduce enemy morale over a large area. Okay. Oh no, I lost one morale. Actually, let's step into there because we can get our stealth. Although I guess we have that by default, even if we're not in cover, and we probably had cover in the building. Whatever. Housing first, just to get that going. Then a theater. You guys are okay for the moment. Okay, transuranium stabilizer. Actually, we're just going to build 2 of those. I might not even need that, now that I think about it. Am I messing this up? For some reason I remember Cyber using all 3, but I've only played Cyber like once all the way through to the end. Enemy artillery leveled our city. Only thing left standing was the transuranium stabilizer. A rookie on sensor duty caught the increased power in the building and called it in. Our engineers cooked up a way to capture the enemy before it flash fried us all. Alright, well. +1 movement after attacking if unit has not moved. Okay, that's actually pretty cool. More trade, it's kind of whatever. Okay, that's a vehicle. If we build these on high height, we get more loyalty. Interesting. Black hole. This is an operation, I believe. Flying unit. Can stun mechanical units. That's not very useful against the biological stuff that I'm worried about, though. Holopatter. Time shift. Time shift I remember being really good. I can check and see where I built the thing. Actually, have I even built one yet? Okay, well, let's get these. This will be another military unit. Yeah, I haven't built it yet. Okay. So that's fine. I guess I just have to look for... Yeah, 3, 3, 3... So yeah, 40, 11, 3. The 3 is the z-axis, so these are all height 3. Oh, that's a height 4. Height 4, height 4. Height 4, okay. So if I build my thing down here, I get extra loyalty. Assuming I researched that. Good to know. Okay, what is this city even gonna do? We grab that, we get extra resources, a little bit. And then I guess you're probably gonna build air units here? Realistically.
I cannot, will not accept this.
You are who you break bread with, my friend. Please remember that.
Playing my game, huh?
Okay. Get that again. Interesting. Okay, we'll grab that influence. We could attack, but we're not going to. I don't think they can see us. Oh, okay, we did research that. Let's get another one, or built that rather. All right, so if we want sky here, do you have a size or a height 4? That is height 4. Okay. And so is that theoretically, but it's fine. We'll grab this one, and then we'll build our air base there. Away.
The request is at your discretion, though it is mandatory.
You want tribute? They demand... Honestly, whatever.
Fair, well, fair?
I'm kind of at a point now where I'm not spending my resources. Because I don't have any unit producing structures. I've just been focusing entirely on the economy. So let's get some units going. And let's just accept a size 2. Yeah, these all have... Well, these ones could be cleared. This one can't. We're just going to build them here. Because it's up towards the end. Actually, it doesn't matter. We build units out of this. I don't know. I say things. Sometimes the things I say make sense. Alright, Sky Fortress. The branch of AI controlling the Annihilators was the only bloodthirsty machine we ever encountered. Once it landed a kill, all it craved was the next one, and the next one, and the one after that. Alright, and now that we have that... Alright, we can improve the carrier. We're going to go for the loyalty bonus. You can just park here, I think. It's fine. That is size 4 over here. Do I need more loyalty and housing? We're getting close to turn 100. I think it might just be time to start building, like, actual units. So, yeah. And then as for you... We'll get a printer. Since we are researching infantry as well. Alright. Annihilator, 40 and 4, we can afford that. We'll have one of those by endgame. 20 HP. That is actually the most sturdy unit I can build. To be fair. Okay, get another one of those. Okay, we are done, but you require antimatter. Okay, I guess we need to just start building antimatter things then, which means we need more energy. Unfortunately, we do not have any good tiles for that sort of thing. So we'll grab this. Yeah, I probably did this in the wrong order, going for the transuranium. Sky fortresses erected on tall mountains could be seen for miles by the time we were building them. The techs were cooking up ways to program machines through light itself. Pairing them together made sense. If every time a machine looked up it saw the fortress, it could sync with the rest of the network and feel like a part of a greater whole. So let's actually look ahead. This... Okay, yeah, so this is what I was thinking about. So this is where the transuranium comes in. This is what I want. These units are pretty good. This is a flyer that requires all 3 resource types. Yeah, okay. So I just arguably had them in the wrong order, but yeah, and then this is a vehicle, so we're probably not building those because I don't want to have to research another structure. In the meantime, yeah, we'll take the time shift. That's pretty good for the 2 infantry units that I'll be building. That does get me... a decent amount of extra utility, like the extra movement. It's pretty ridiculous, actually. Alright, time to start getting this. I just need it. So we'll build it wherever. Yeah, and I've got swamp everywhere, so... One of these pays for one of these, so we'll just build a couple more of those, I guess, like that. In the meantime... we are going to need more units. We're also going to need more housing soon. Because we're getting close to the cap. And here we wanted energy. You aren't swamp. Actually, do you even have access to swamp now that I think about it? It's fine. We'll just build this. Maybe 2 of those will be enough.
This is an opportune time for a change of supplier.
We would never value on economics alone, however, we cannot maintain an unprofitable trade partnership.
Fair, well, fair?
It's unfortunate that you haven't been taken out yet. Oh, now you're ambivalent. Are we not even going to be able to ally with you at the end of this because of this? If you've been taken out, then you wouldn't be able to be pressured by the AI. That's the problem with exchanging maps, I guess. If they didn't know I existed, this wouldn't have happened. So really, if I'm doing the hide in the corner strategy, I shouldn't have traded maps at all either. Well, that's fine. If we have to solo it at the end. Chief just defeated. Okay.
They got me. Good one.
I never even met you, so I'm not going to worry about whatever it is that you had to say. Alright, we are getting antimatter. We're also looking pretty bad in terms of energy, but we can focus on that with this city, I guess. Got another swamp. We'll build 2 more. I also have a lot of influence. I can just start doing things. But yeah, as it is, we now have every resource type being produced, except for the algae stuff, obviously. the voice exclusive stuff. I didn't see it happen often, but whatever force this machine could tap into warped time itself. In those rare moments, it seemed like it was carrying a godlike energy generator and would burst across the land. Nothing was meant to move so fast. I worried it would be too useful, too efficient, that there would be a price to pay for warping time itself. Alright, plus one movement after attacking. I mean, it's not useless, but it's also... Oh, that's expensive. I don't see that being terribly useful, honestly. Okay, if we're building these carriers, which, again, let's just confirm. The carrier is what we get. This gives the carrier a new ability. A visit to the local Concordant storefront takes a dramatic turn. Your people enter one of the many shops and find a bleeding agent hanging from the ceiling, alive but tethered by chains bound to each arm and leg. All the cases of goods and resources have been smashed and emptied out. As your medics tend to the comatose agent, another arrives at your headquarters bearing a curt message from its mysterious master. Multiple locations hit, agent kidnapped, the Constellation to blame. Before you can ask who or what the Constellation is, the agent cuts you off. Agent held in fort. Designation Dread Perlman. Retrieve, reward, comply. Comply violently. Comply carefully. Don't comply. Let's see what happens if we do this. I haven't done this particular option in the past. Oh, okay. At least I don't think I have. Sure. That's whatever. Alright, what are you going to build now? We want more terrain. Let's just grab something. Actually, no, we want... Okay, that's got rocks. That's got rocks. This does not have rocks. Okay. So we can clear it out and get ourselves some more... Can we still do this? Yeah. Get another housing district, which isn't exciting, but just unfortunately necessary. Alright, looks like we're having a late endgame here. Do you want to just pay the Constellation? How much do these cost? 6. It's gonna take 9 turns. Let's just start it. We can pay the Constellation whenever. Well, within 9 turns. Alright, yeah, housing is low. More morale. And here, okay. Energy situation's looking a little bit better. We can afford this, so let's get another one of those. It's gonna take forever, and we'll be able to pay this off before we finish either of these. Okay, we are actually pretty good here in terms of housing and morale. So the thing to build is resources. Or production type stuff. I mean, I guess building another morale structure is like a percentage production bonus. It is 6% more resources. It's just that we don't produce resources here. It is 6% faster production as well, for what that's worth. I mean, this is just whatever, so we can... Yeah, we'll put another chip fabricator in here. Combat drones can be a distraction, but EMP drones should be a high priority target. You can't kill the operator if one of these floating trash cans has knocked out all of your electronics. They'll blow themselves up just to soften you up for the kill. Alright, and we now have Lead and Rain. Okay, double damage on the satellite, which I've never used. Okay, Cherubim Titan. I mean, this is kind of our ultimate in-game flying unit, so I guess this is probably what I should just research so we can start building them. Because these are going to be necessary in order to survive the endgame. I do want these as well. Oh, this is for the Titan. Interesting. Let's get this one first. Our late game infantry. And another one of these for now because we don't have this researched yet. It's fine. I should really build another engineer, actually. If I don't know what to build, I get a road in here, and then I guess I can also use it as a healer for my mechanical units, which is everything.
There is room for improvement.
Oh, they've condemned us as well?
The request is at your discretion, though it is mandatory.
We'll pay tribute.
Well,
that didn't make them happier. And I can't actually talk to them because they're busy, right?
Hi there.
Oh.
What do you want to discuss?
They're not busy yet. Let's praise them.
I am very impressed by your accomplishment.
And we'll offer them a gift of... a high amount of resources.
I am on board.
Yeah, it costs us another turn on that, but it's fine. Concordant. The main use for influence, sadly, is just to buy resources. Alright, we do need more energy, so I guess I'm just gonna grab another swamp. Here's a swamp, and I can even clear it to get a third thing. Oh, our minerals have started. Oh, these have quite the upkeep. Okay. Well, we can always improve that later. We actually need more minerals for this. That's funny. I don't really need another tile. But let's just grab this for now. Okay, you do hover, which means you're not affected by bleed. You can move here safely. Hold position. What's the range on you? You're range 2. Okay. Oh, these cost an upkeep in minerals as well because they're an energy producing unit. Structure, that's right. Interesting. Okay, you know what? We're actually gonna go to the Concordant and buy a few minerals. We're gonna buy a few more minerals than that. Oh, our influence isn't great either. To be fair, I never actually built the structure that lets me build influence. Okay, we'll clear the bleed. No, we'll get an engineer. Then we'll clear the bleed after. Yeah, it turns out having a lot of units eats into your economy. Turn 101 and we still haven't hit endgame. Crazy. Okay, so this carrier... okay, we'll move it over here, but... don't really want it on the front line. So you get 3 combat drones. The thing is, when you get going, you create so many bodies that basically my important units will never die, as long as I have a couple of you around. Okay, more minerals. Oh, I don't have enough influence for that. That's funny. Oh dear. I could research the structure that lets me build the influence thing. I probably should, honestly. Fortresses meant to stand for decades fell like sandcastles when these machines came to call, their spines arced up and down with each shot fired. Troops who learned to time that arch and get to cover lived just a bit longer before the walls came falling down. Yeah, so the thing about this thing, it has a range of 4, and indirect fire. So, they're pretty good just for keeping your troops alive while inputting a lot of damage onto a single tile. Alright, we'll finally get the admin complex. And I guess we're done with these annihilators then. What's the cooldown on those? Every 5 turns. Alright, so now I can do stuff like this.
My children are at your disposal.
And you are hovering. I wasn't expecting your line of sight to be so good, honestly. Ah, do I build another one of these? I guess so. Spend all of my chips. That's fine. Get one of those. Energy is sort of good, but not great. So we'll get another one of these. And then hopefully we won't have to worry about that for a while. And then we might have to end up selling a bunch of resources. Okay, last days of Earth finally happened. Things are coming to a head. Your spies have finally obtained intelligence on ZEPHON's factories. They are assembling something massive in the depths of the ocean. Akron survivors across the wasteland are flocking to the anchorites' camp. Rumors circle the land like vultures. Refugees flee from the cities. Gunrunners are lining up customers. No one's declared war, but everyone can sense a great battle is coming. This place. The center of organization for our city. Yes, I appreciate that it demonstrated competence, that it organized our society and economy, that it impressed our neighbors, but I just couldn't be near bureaucrats with their triplicate forms and rubber stamps and cardboard suits. Give me a frontline battle over Form 2B2I. 2B21, maybe? I could grab Riverport, just to make those slightly better as well. Might as well.
What are we making?
And we're probably gonna dump a bunch of resources in order to buy the influence. which means we're probably selling minerals, which is funny because I just bought a bunch of minerals, but that's just how it is. Alright, as for you...
Headed there.
Speaking of which,
Now we're going places.
we are going to build a road between these. Not that it probably matters, but it's just good to have. Take a look. Oh, you survived. I'm surprised. Alright, nothing terribly exciting out that way. And... I guess we'll acquiring tile costs influence. That's fine. We'll acquire this tile and then we'll put a greenhouse and a administration complex on it. Probably. No free cargo slot to add unit Wastelander. Okay, I just got an error pop up. I think the game is going to crash. So let's see what happens when I push OK on this. The pop-up did not show up on screen. Okay, well, it'll be interesting to see how much we lose from this. That loaded a lot faster than I expected it to. Actually, I probably don't even need to cut anything out there. Autosave. Where are we at? Okay, last days of Earth. Admin. Okay, we can get river ports. Order units.
Nothing to lose but my chains.
We'll just play this out the same way we did. Build a road. Move here. And for you, we grabbed this tile. Yeah. I think. One of those. Effectively the same. Okay, game did not crash when that was destroyed this time. I mean, it was saying something about the Wastelander unit, which is the Chiefess vehicle. So, and she's dead. So unless somebody else has a Wastelander, I'm surprised that that even popped up as an error. Someone else must have one, otherwise it wouldn't make sense, but... the rushing rivers were still the best way to trade goods and share news. Merchant crews and haulers moved much faster after they glided on the water, when they glided on the water's surface. We wanted word of our strength to spread across the land, and word travels fastest on the lips of sailors bound for the nearest tavern. Yes. Alright. Time to finally get our Titan. And last days of Earth, 4 turns. Okay. So we'll have our tech done before, but
There a faster way to do this? Now we're going places.
okay, we have to pay this turn, so we have to get 30 influence. Concordant, I guess we are selling... It's 10. 20. 30? There we go. The Concordant seems to crave violence, but you step with caution. Your spies start dropping word in seedy back channels that you're interested in cutting a deal with the captured agent, for the captured agent with the Constellation. A middleman emerges, terms are struck, and you are personally invited to the depth fortress the Concordant's agents call Dread Pearlman. A squad of Praetorians stand guard when you arrive. Though their gear is unusual, they carry no shield and sport dome-shaped helmets. They flank a woman in modified Praetorian gear, wearing the same dome helmet, her face obscured by a gold visor. The name Lasath is burned into her breastplate. She has the captured Concordant agent on a leash, tied to an antimatter sword stabbed into the ground. It's where they belong, she says in a harsh monotone as you hand over the demanded resources. Bound to the earth. Lasath lifts the blade with a single hand, freeing the agent. Do not follow, she orders. You wait as the Constellation forces exit. Minutes later, An explosive roar sounds outside the fortress, the sound of Praetorians launching to orbit, their destination unknown. You return the agent to the Concordance forces and inform them of the encounter. They say nothing, handling over your reward, a specialized suit of armor, and head back out to the wasteland. Alright, so for our trouble we get dimensional shunts. Oh. You can take at most 4 damage per attack. That's pretty nice. Put it on our melee hero. Alright, what are we doing here now? We have the ability to build some things. Do we want to, though? Well, we don't have the resources, so I guess we're clearing a tile. Wasteland for mineral bonus. We don't get minerals from these anyway, so I guess we'll just clear that. Okay, we can get another one of these if we want to spend all of our chips. I don't really. I think we just hold out for a turn. And as for you... you might as well, if you want another power plant at some point, instead of building a new sector for it.
I'm on the clock.
Alright, so if we build a road here, we now have... yeah, it costs a lot of minerals, but we now have a road connecting our 2 cities. So all of our cities are connected via road. No trade bonus in this game for that sort of thing, but at the very least, we do have... we do have movement for our basic land units. Okay, I'm just going to sleep this, because I don't really want to build any more of those. Again, we don't have enough minerals. I guess we're clearing... yeah, we're just doing energy here, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, might as well. I guess I could just quickly check that out of curiosity. Unaffected by river, bleed, and tiles on fire, it does not mention roads. So I think my hover units do still benefit from roads. A road up this way wouldn't be bad either, then.
Nothing to lose but my chains.
Although... yeah. I could just mass my entire army over here and push out this way, which might make more sense. In the meantime, we actually have minerals again. Now this thing costs 40, they're expensive. Do I need to be able to build these things faster? Probably actually just need more. More resources in general. Like I need more quantum manipulators, which I can build anywhere. Yeah, you can't even afford that. And I don't really want to spend my... well, I could spend my chips. I don't want to spend the minerals, though, is the thing. Did I research the thing where quantum manipulators get better for each quantum manipulator? I don't think I did.
They often have descendants.
These things were like living thunderstorms. Their shields made the air smell like filtered ion. The sound of their cannons could start an avalanche. When such a behemoth took to the battlefield, you knew how the gods of the old waged war. And the thing is, this Titan is, I would say, probably stronger than the NPC, the neutral NPC Titans. So, okay, antimatter dilation is a bonus on this thing. Let's grab it. Alright, got ourselves a carrier up here.
A reasonable.
What are we making? Putting irons in the fire.
My children are at your disposal.
Okay, so we have enough of these. I don't think we want any more.
Steady now. Your time is coming.
Yeah, we can afford it, but we need quantum manipulators for sure. So let's just sleep for now until we get up to 12 of those. Okay, and I was gonna... Well, I'm up to... Oh, each acquired tile... How did I not know this? Every acquired tile costs influence and upkeep. I've just never been this low on influence before. Interesting. Alright, well, in that case... Yeah, we're gonna get an admin complex here. For sure. Alright, let's see how bad this is going to be.
Nothing to lose but my chains.
It's time. ZEPHON and the Anchorite have gathered their forces. Intelligence reports are unclear, but it's plain to see that they've each mustered monstrous weapons to wage a great final battle. The Anchorite spoke of monsters in the bowels of the Akron fleet. ZEPHON's factories have finally gone silent. Whatever it was building is now complete. Your best chance of survival, of ultimate victory, is to pick a side. Go it alone and you risk being crushed between the unspeakable might of two great powers. But if you stay independent and live, it might be you who rises as the leader of a brave new Earth. So given that ZEPHON isn't anywhere close to us anymore, this actually might be an option. And funnily enough, choosing to join ZEPHON... Okay, so that's how things are gonna... This will be an even fight. Because there'll be 2 players per NPC. No idea how good Latif is doing, but if I do this, the main concern I could have is that ZEPHON might just lose all his units before I'm ready to get involved in the fight. Whereas if I do independent, well, being independent kind of has the same issue as joining ZEPHON. The difference is that if I join ZEPHON, I at least get a ZEPHON Titan defending me. So I think I could probably do either. I am just going to go with ZEPHON because... You know, if I'm just trying to win, this is probably the easier route. You gather with ZEPHON's forces at the coastline. Also, I spent a ton of resources buttering him up just so I had that option. Its machines stand guard over a stretch of ocean, glowing crimson red, like the heat of the flame. You message ZEPHON and demand answers. What was it building all this time? Why keep it a secret? We kept no secrets. It replies coolly. We optimized the flow of information. You begin to argue, but the comms network fizzles and its lights flicker. Is ZEPHON irritated with you? We did this in your best interest. We stopped the Akron from conquering this world. We foresaw they would try again. A great metal screech howls from the depths, and you step back as a metal limb bursts out of the ocean, dragging a titanic beast shaped from the wreckage of a battleship with it. ZEPHON's voice, still calm, still somehow soothing, blasts out over the land. We have finished our calculations, it says. Now is the time to strike a final blow. There's another metallic screech, then another, then another. More Titans emerge from the depths. The machines draw on the power of your networks and ZEPHON's, connecting your forces to one global hive mind. If you win, ZEPHON's Titans will bind the world, willing and unwilling, together in one digital consciousness. If you lose, all cybernetic beings on the planet will be shattered, and any who allied with them, crushed. In a far gone age, generals who lost their souls launched plague-ridden corpses over city walls to infect the people within. Your people survived the plague and have learned to weaponize it without the need for bodies, but does cutting corpses out of the equation make you any less of a monster? Right, so we can hit the enemy cities to, like, once every 10 turns we can kill a pop in a city or something like that. Maybe it's once every 5 turns. This honestly doesn't feel very impactful at all, but it's a nice little bonus, I guess, for flavor. Your comms officer picks up a transmission on the frequency you accessed when you rescued the Splenetics. It's in code. A woman repeats 5 words over and over. Briefcase, pedal, carton, void, transit. Before you can decipher it, Splenetic sleeper agent cells step out of the shadows. They'd hidden in your population. Now they've been ordered to aid you in the Battle of the Titans. Okay, so we got a unit. Biological.
On board.
You've already done more for us than you know. We look forward to further cooperation. Alright, I could ask him for resources, I suppose. But, don't think we need it. Together, we have a better chance to secure a future for the human race. Alright, so how does this look? You were struggling really hard against the Akron. So I guess I can't really rely on you to do a whole lot for me. I mean, you didn't die, but you just have a single city. Over here, we've got a bunch of units. And some Titans. They've got a bunch of units. Yep, they've already got their Titan up. Of course. Okay, they do have a Wastelander. And then I get a Titan here. And the Akron Titans, I don't actually know where they are, but they do have a city here, so they might actually just have, what, 3 spawning here? One will probably spawn here, or wherever their capital is. Well, actually, it doesn't have to be their capital, one of their cities. And then one will spawn up here. Okay. Oh, and we actually got a trade bonus now? Okay, neat. Anyway, that's where we're going to end for today. This could be really rough, just depending on how... where those Titans are, if we have to deal with them all at once. But, well, I think we're not in too terrible of a position here. So we'll continue with this next time. I will see you then.